Hey, what's up, everybody? We didn't get a chance to chat today. Been making a lot of quote unquote leeway on the process. Like I said previously, and I've said this before, and I didn't stick to it, where you're rushing from place to place looking for the right fit for a job or just a place where you're not going to be abused. And this time I'm really do or die, whatever happens, I'm sticking to it. And I've been going along pretty well today. The only thing I'm at a stopping point is the reference checks. Now, there's two different types of reference checks. One is the telephone reference check, and the other is the written reference check. Now, the telephone reference check, of course, is beneficial because it's a lot faster. And also, a lot of times, even though I feel like this is to me illegal, because if you're not willing to put it in writing, I feel that that's something that really is probably inappropriate. But a lot of times with telephone reference checks, you're probably going to get a lot more information that a person may not feel comfortable placing in writing. And it's quicker and faster. So those are the pros on that. Now, for the written reference check, where you send a form over and the employer completes it, the pro about that is that it shows that you did your due diligence, and it shows in writing whatever the employer had to say. I'm at a standstill on this point, and I shouldn't be. It's the end of the day. I should acquire information for both the telephone reference check and for the written reference check. And I'm also working on a business plan too. Not just in case, but in a way, just in case. That way, and I'm sharing this, and I feel funny sharing this because the way that it's been previously is that my vlogs have just been just me posting and not really taking into consideration, but that people are watching. But the thing about it now, and this is what I don't like because it's kind of tainted, is that I have a feeling that there are people that know me that are watching, not necessarily know me personally because nobody really does because I'm a loner, but people that have encountered me. And there are also people that just over the process of years that have followed me from channel to channel. And I feel sometimes when people are watching and you know that they're watching, it inhibits you sometimes because human nature, you want to live up or down to people's expectations. And I'm going to tell you, the last 10 years, as y'all already know, have not been good. So, but those are the things that I'm doing. I am putting, I, just, it's just no way I'm moving forward until I have all my ducks in a row. I am HR for me. And so, that's the next step of it. There's two different types of reference checks: a phone reference check as well as a written reference check. I would advise that you get information from both. Also, for those people that are job seekers that have been, in between, or, for different reasons, just haven't stayed put. The world is rough out there. For those of us that are kind of sensitive, it's kind of hard. So, I really, really suggest that you start your own business. Even if it's not like actually, making money, but just on paper, put it down, plans, finances, all of that, so that at least for me anyway, it builds self confidence in yourself. It also builds not only confidence and self esteem. Self esteem is a little bit different than confidence, but self esteem, self confidence, and a reason too, if the what hits the fan, to go out and actively network and meet people and have something to share with them, have a desire, interest to go, because after all, we're on this earth, we have to live until God or whatever says, hey, it's time to go. So you might as well, use your time as wisely as possible. Um, it is never too late. And like I said, I've done the business thing once before, and it's all a learning process. So a lot of it is familiar to me. Um, when you're doing job applications and things like that, it's part of it's part of the same thing. Your goal is to get some money coming in. So, yeah. So how do I feel about this whole process? I feel a lot better about it. Whenever you put yourself in a position where you empower yourself, um, that's what it is. Now, um, like I said, there's both written and verbal. I like to do both. The scary part of it, though, this is the easy part when you're behind the scenes, but when you're actually dealing with the people, some of these employers, like I said, because I picked three that related to a position that I was interested in, some of these employers, like I said, are unscrupulous, so, they may feel like, who knows, they'll do whatever because you appeared back on the scene. So, um, I think it's important to know law too, but as I go through this and I'm documenting everything, not for anybody else, but for me, because that way I can see the processes. Because you got to live. You can't just sit and do absolutely nothing. You can't hide from the big bad people. You have to live and you have to encounter them and you have to fight, you know. And so the only way that you can fight is if you know what's what. And for me, I cannot afford to be pitiful because I do not have family. I do not have friends. So on the both sides of that is a good thing that I don't have either, because if anything happens, there's no excuse for me not to fight because I'm not jeopardizing, anybody else. But on top of that too, what else do I have to live for? It's just me. So I have to. I mean, if I'm going to crawl up in a ball and just not do anything, then I might as well not exist. And I actually like existing. And in order to exist in our society, in this world, you have to at least be able to have the bare minimum. So that's where I am. You can share your thoughts if you're going through something similar, have gone through, let me know. I especially want to hear from people that are loners. I wonder if any of my viewers are actually loners. I mean, if you're a loner and I want to hear from you. I've came across from the feeling alone post that I did, I came across actually some other vlogs of regular people like myself that seem to be loners or seem to be whatever. And even though some of it was really sad to me, I was glad to have come across them because you are not alone. It's not you by yourself. There's other people, and there's always other people, but sometimes it gets hidden in all the mess. I was kind of disappointed that I saw some people that were like really, really sad. But, it's all a ray of hope. And I did want to address some people that commented. Usually when it's just like one comment, I don't address it because I don't like to feel like I'm talking directly to that one person, because sometimes when you do that, again, that thing, I always try to give three reasons. When you do that, when you talk directly to somebody that you don't know, one, it causes a sense of familiarity. And the pros and cons of that is that it's good because you may have a support system, but really when you don't know people and you talk directly to them like that, then what ends up happening is, you not everybody sees the eye to eye on everything. So you may want to post something that they don't agree with, or you feel they want to agree with, and it impacts the way you post. And again, like I said, I want my post to be genuine, sincere. I don't want it to be like swayed because I'm scared of how people are gonna feel, or whatever, which is a little bit, because I have a and that's the only thing, because it is only me, I have to be careful too, because if my voice is completely taken away, and I know through the legal system that it's not hard to do, you can shut somebody up real fast and nobody will know which end is up, and people are stupid, everybody will jump in and say whatever is put out there the most, and when you're muted, that's it, you're done for. But yeah, so I don't want to say there was 3 viewers I think that made comments over the past week. One, I want to say thank you so much for the lady, or apparently the name appeared to be a woman's name, and I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to comment, because it's not often. Like I said, I vlog a lot, and sometimes I get the feeling that it's just a bunch of not good male folks that are just passing time, and then I have a couple of, the only people that really comment are men, but I have a couple of men folks that I know that are strong, that are good men, that are, just like, I watch you, and then there are men that are kind of so, like, I watch you, but, sometimes I have my going to my bad side, but it's good to have a female person that watched, and she used prudence because she was like, she doesn't normally comment or whatever, but she understood certain situations. So it's good to know that even though she may not have commented in the past, that she has watched in the past, and that there was something that she could relate to. So I really appreciate that. I do. And again, I didn't respond immediately because I like to try to get more than one, unless it's something really bad to respond to before I respond. Number two, there was someone that gave me a vote of confidence, just telling me good luck on the hunt. And the feeling that I got from that was just really just good luck on the hunt. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and then there was someone else that mentioned something about why would YouTube censor. Actually, this is like my fourth or fifth channel because I'm very natural. I'm very open. Um, Sometimes the topic, and you have to be careful too, because even though it's nothing wrong with what you're saying per se, and I don't know the age or demographic of the person that left that comment, and they originally said something else that seemed a little more offensive, but they kind of changed it a little bit, and I didn't get a chance to really read it deeply, so I don't know exactly what was said. My time is coming to an end, so I have to talk quickly, but sometimes there may not be anything really wrong with what you say, but the way the system in society is, sometimes it doesn't have to be on the books wrong, but if the everybody's with one program and you're not, there could be a problem. For example, and I'm just putting this as an example, and you may or may not understand. Like, I when I had family, I had a niece, and she went to school. The teachers was telling them all about Santa Claus. She came home, and my sister was like, "No, there's no Santa Claus." And she went back to school and said, "Well, my mama said there's no Santa Claus." And the teacher called my sister in for a parent-teacher conference and said, "Why are you taking Christmas away from the children?" So even though it was wrong for her to tell them a lie and say that there is a Santa Claus, if you go against that and they bring it back to school where the children are being programmed a certain way, then it causes a problem, even though reality she didn't do anything wrong. Actually, she was doing something right. But because the majority of the masses, they're being programmed by a certain institution to be this way, and if you say something different, you can find yourself having some problems that you weren't looking forward to. So I'm just saying that you can apply it any way that you wish. If you look at your own personal life, you can see places where there's things that have been truth, or things that you wanted to ask about to find out the truth, but you knew better because you knew it was going to cause more problem than it was worth. So that's the answer to that. Thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. And hopefully we'll have a lot more progress by tomorrow. The biggest thing to overcome is fear. The reference check, I put everything together. I just have to go about getting them done. The fear is actually talking to some of these people, because some of these people, before I left, I asked them for closure on what the situation was, never got it, but someone else did. If you watched any of my other channels, you would see some of those situations, because I vlog about work all the time when I'm working. So anyways, God bless, have a good one, and please keep the comments coming. I do appreciate it. When I get more than one or two at a time, I will respond. It's just I don't like to do just one-on-one. So thanks a lot. Bye.